Well, hello everybody and welcome to Chef's Baking Blog. Today I'm going to make some rice pudding with raspberries, and this is from a Tom Kerridge recipe for Marks and Spencer. Now, I usually make rice pudding in the oven, and that's how I would say that I prefer it, a nice creamy rice pudding with a sort of golden skin with little black blotches on it on the top. But this particular recipe from Tom Kerridge that looks so good is a stovetop recipe, and as I said, it suggests a nice creamy rice pudding. So very simple. I thought I'd give it a go. So I'll go on to the ingredients, and for this I have 150 grams, which is just about 3/4 of a cup of pudding rice or short grain rice. In the UK we can buy something called pudding rice, which is actually a short grain rice, but in most other countries they don't refer to it as pudding rice. So a short grain such as arborio will work very well. I have 1 litre, which is 4 cups of whole milk. I have 10 millilitres, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I have 100 grams, half a cup of caster sugar, although Tom Kerridge used golden caster sugar. Then I have 2 large egg yolks, that would be extra large in the USA. Now if you only have medium eggs, then I'm sure medium egg yolks will work just as well, basically. It's just that this volume of egg yolks is going to help to thicken the rice pudding that little bit more. And then I'm going to use 100 millilitres, which is 6 tablespoons plus 2 teaspoons of single cream. But again, if you only have double cream, you can use that. And to go on the top, I have 100 grams, 3.5 ounces of raspberries. That's all the ingredients. And the first thing we need to do is to cook our rice. And to cook the rice, I'm going to put my vanilla extract and my milk along with the rice into a saucepan. And I'm going to put those on the heat and bring that to a boil. And then I will turn it down to a simmer and leave it to simmer for about 20 minutes, stirring it every 5 minutes or so until the rice becomes tender. So that is on the heat, and I'm just going to bring that up to a boil. And that's just about coming to a boil now. So I'll just leave it a few seconds. And you can probably see the surface rippling. And then the milk will start to rise, and as it does I'm going to turn it down and simmer it until the rice is tender, but I'll stir it every 5 minutes. So now it's boiling, I can see that, and it's beginning to rise, so I'm going to turn it down. I'm going to simmer it for that 20 or so minutes. So my rice and milk and vanilla has been simmering for about 20 minutes. So the next thing to do is to prepare the remaining ingredients. So I'm going to put my sugar and my egg yolks into a bowl, and I'm going to whisk those together until they're nice and smooth. And that's good enough. That's a paste. So I'm going to put my cream in, and I'm going to whisk that into it. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my hot rice mixture and I'm going to drizzle that in, stirring all the time. This is to temper the eggs, basically. And that's good enough. So then I'm going to pour that into the rice mixture and stir it immediately. And I'm going to put that back onto the heat and I'm going to simply bring it up to a simmer and gently cook it for 5 minutes. So I'm going to stir that all the while. And as it comes up to a simmer, I will reduce the heat again and continue to stir for 5 minutes. So that has cooked and thickened up quite nicely, and it's been cooking gently for 5 minutes. So I'm going to turn the heat off and I'm just going to leave that for just a few minutes until it cools down just a little bit. So I've let my rice pudding cool down just a little bit, and I'm now going to put it into some dishes for serving. And then I'm going to put some raspberries, which I've cut in half, on the top. And a whole one can go in the middle. So I have put some in 4 glasses, and I've put some in a larger portion in a bowl, which is the portion I'm going to eat. So it looks quite good, and I'll have a taste of it. Now I should explain that in the UK we eat rice pudding hot or warm or cold. I know that in many countries they just eat it as a cold dessert, but we have it as a hot pudding as well. So this is still warm, and I'll have a taste of this with the raspberries. Very, very good. The rice pudding is lovely and thick and creamy. The rice is cooked perfectly. And then the raspberries give that little bit of tartness and fruitiness to it as well. So as I said, this is a recipe from Marks and Spencer's, courtesy of Tom Kerridge. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give me the thumbs up below and click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the top right hand corner of the screen there'll be an eye that you can click on, and that will take you to a link for the recipe, and I'll put a link below the video as well, and I'll be back with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, happy baking.